interesting part of a way to tee up the conversation. So, you took on the strategic role, visionary role. What was the catalyst behind this?
Absolutely, I think that's the focus, is where did this all begin? So as you quite rightly say, it's 40 autonomous businesses. They've got the agility to run locally by having the decisions at the IT level and across all the disciplines. They run in.
So when we think about unified communications and we think about visual aspects of that, often what comes to mind, in my experience, is video conferencing. And video conferencing has gone through multiple stages of development. We started with the room systems, which grew and became isolated islands. We grew with the telepresence environment over the last 5-6 years, and probably the investment decisions have stopped. The investments will continue as companies roll out more. And then we have the continued growth at the desktop level, whether it's with Skype, whether it's with Google, whether it's Microsoft and others. But we also have the other side of it, which is the asynchronous environment. It's also part of the content delivery and the application delivery network. So as you think about visual collaboration, could you paint the tapestry that your vision and view is across those disparate capabilities?
It's interesting because every time I'm giving a talk or I speak to people in roundtable sessions, unified communications tends to be perceived as being entirely video conferencing. And I've heard it so many times. For me, that absolutely isn't the case. For me, unified communication is a combination of a multiple set of facets, and video conferencing is just one of them. In fact, if we can just bring up slide 1, you'll see there are 4 elements to our journey that we went through, where video conferencing has been around for a while. It's progressing, it's getting better, the quality is getting better, the ability to be able to communicate, and the bandwidth consumptions are now reducing. They've got their own challenges of making sure that different vendors are able to communicate with each other. I think that's the big wall that they're going to have to break through. But nevertheless, it's a mature market. In Aviva, we're a federated business, so different business units had purchased different video conferencing kit and telepresence rooms. For us, it was one element, so we were building a global intranet. For me, that's visual collaboration. We were building an office communication service at the desktop level, so giving out 50,000 webcams with 50,000 headsets, putting appropriate devices inside the meeting rooms that allow real people on the working floor to be able to have access to video conferencing. I'm not talking about the big rooms with the $300,000-$400,000 systems. I'm talking about any individual on any laptop being able to engage in a multi-point conversation. So that was the second element of our unified communication strategy. The third one was also optimizing the network. We didn't want the network boys, whether it's at the group center or at the regions around the world, to find that this was going to have a negative impact on them. So we worked closely with them to say, hey, we're going to work with you on ensuring that we remove the amount of traffic that's on the network today so that it paves the way for the new services that we're building. So the SharePoint content, the real-time communication with the communicator. And then the last one was Aviva TV, which is not to be confused with video conferencing. So Aviva TV was just the internal name we created for the ability to be able to stream on demand and live video out to everybody, everywhere, easily.